As an African, what do you think the greatest lie ever told about Africans is? Today's video is going to be a reaction of another video from Home Team History. I haven't watched the video. I just played a little clip to get this guy's voice. And this guy has a dope voice, by the way. I think his voice is amazing. Check out his channel. He has over 500,000 subscribers, does amazing content. And I did a reaction. He did team one person, I don't know. But he did a video about Bamileke history. And I remember the voice because he talked about the Dishang people. And I think I made a joke about that. I hope somebody saw that it was a joke. I didn't take anything very seriously, except nearly everything else. But anyway, I have been curious about the African continent, and if you've seen the videos, I've been doing a lot of reactions. And one of the videos that I did recently was the Ashanti Empire of Ghana, and in that video, I had this sense that there was a lot that we miss because we don't know our history, because we fight with each other, we're in conflict, right? And at the end of the video, I talked a little bit about how some Ethiopians who've been watching my videos have one particular video where I did a reaction to the video about Ethiopians and be Africans. Some people kept mentioning about, hey, this is how we get separated and divided. And I really, really felt that when I watched the video on the Ashanti people. And so this video, for me, is going to be a whole new way of understanding things, because just the first couple of seconds talked about slavery, talked about a video that he had made. So I'll probably have to watch that video as well. And another quick, disclaimer. These are free videos on the internet. I know these people do research, but it's a very high chance that it might not be completely accurate. So if you watch the video and maybe you're a historian, maybe you know about this, maybe you've had more information, please leave a comment, explain to me or to the people watching, hey, here's what he said. Here's what you think is wrong. Here's what you think he don't agree with. Like, let's learn, let's grow, let's connect, let's build a community of people who know more about the African continent, know more about each other, and so we can build together. That's the dream. That's what this channel is for, is to share essays, share reviews, share reactions, to learn and grow. All right. My name is Kamga. I'm Cameroonian. I currently live in the US. And let's get right into the video.
In a previous video, I talked about what I considered the top 10 lies told about Africa. The biggest being the disingenuous idea that black people sold black people into slavery. I frequently speak about this oversimplification, as we cannot apply 21st century Pan-African concepts to 17th or 18th century peoples. The overwhelming majority of African people back then identified in full with their own culture and linguistic group, and not skin color or even phenotype. So what's been implied by that statement is ahistorical at best. But this lie about African people is only a subgroup of an even bigger lie, one of the first lies ever told about our ancestors.
Do you hear that intro? I don't know about you, but I'm already curious to understand where he gets his evidence from, what his arguments are going to be, and his sources, basically. I'm like, okay. That's the thing about history that I think some people write a history. Say history is written by the victors. They write their versions. Human beings don't remember everything. Memory fails. I would love to sit with a historian and just talk about, how do you actually even know that something actually happened? Like, how do you know? How do you know what is true? How do you know what is not true? How do you know when somebody twists things? But his intro is dope. Just that opening about the lies and the things that could be misunderstood, and the 4th century Pan-Africanism applied to the 17th and 18th century, different ideologies, different times, different peoples, different cultures. Yeah, I think this will be interesting.
What up, African world? It's Home Team here, and welcome back to another video of African history, culture, and worldview. By supporting this channel on Patreon, you're helping in the creation of these videos and supporting this content. If you'd like access to full courses and sources, or you simply want to show your support, you may do so by clicking the Patreon link in the description box below. Before we get into the greatest lie ever told about Africans, let's not forget some of the more well-known ones. The dark continent trope really became one of the most popular lies told about African people. The idea was that Africans were backward savages with no civilization, with the exception of Egypt, which they consistently place outside the sphere of African cultural achievement. Civilizations like ancient Ghana in West Africa weren't privy to much observation, despite it being known for its vast wealth and powerful military, which Muslim writers wrote about. Archaeological reports highlight ancient stone settlements that are believed to be a precursor to Sudanic civilization in the region, not to mention the art of the Yoruba people, who single-handedly forced the world to acknowledge African ingenuity and intelligence, as some try to assign the development of such works to ancient European travelers. There's just too much to ignore when it comes to African civilization. The Dark Continent trope doesn't have any ground to stand on when we consider ancient Meroitic civilization and the great Kushite rulers who started what some scholars call the African Renaissance, which was perhaps the first Renaissance in human history. And let's not forget the largest stone structures south of the Sahara. Great Zimbabwe is just one of many stone structures in the southern African region, revealing the glorious era of Shona civilization. Another lie that consistently makes its rounds in our Western consciousness is that Africans had no writing systems and that they relied on oral communication. Africans used diverse methods.
How many times, I need to talk about this. How many times, I think I've said this thing myself, like, no, the reason why we don't have books and we don't have all these, articles and things is because we rely on oral tradition. We pass the stories along. We have griots who tell stories, and that's how we remember things. How many times have we continued to share this clearly? I mean, I say clearly, but I guess the evidence will be in the Patreon of the channel to find out. But if he's so confident in saying that, it means he probably has sources to show that we do have a writing system, or had. And we're sitting here sharing these lies. Like, man, we share these lies about the fact that, no, the reason why we don't have written accounts of our people is because we just spoke. What the hell?
Its rounds in our Western consciousness in the southern African region, revealing the glorious era of Shona civilization. Another lie that consistently makes its rounds in our Western consciousness is that Africans had no writing systems and that they relied on oral communication. Africans used diverse methods to communicate, oral transmission simply being one of them. One of the more popular writing forms in West Africa is called Nsibidi, believed to have originated amongst the Ikoi people of Nigeria. This writing form is largely viewed as ideographic or pictographic, conveying messages through symbols. It's interesting that many writing forms in Africa were originally invented for a specific class of people and not intended for public dissemination. For example, Egyptian hieroglyphs were originally only known amongst the priesthood. This is also true for the secret writing form of the Songhai people, who use ideograms to communicate amongst a secret society or religious group. Interestingly enough, this writing form was only revealed to the public in 2010 by a Songhai scholar named Hassimi Maiga. When dealing with African scripts, we can point to the Meroitic script of the Kushites, which
2010? My mind, I'm just thinking, like, if this was revealed, 11 years ago, then what else is there that we don't know that will be revealed down the road? And we're discovering new technologies where we're not even done with our history. Wait, did you say was it like actually 2010, or maybe it was a mistake? Like, let me just get back a little bit.
Religious group. Interestingly enough, this writing form was only revealed to the public in 2010 by a Songhai scholar named Hassimi Maiga. When dealing with African scripts, we can point to the Meroitic script of the Kushites, which to this day has not been fully deciphered. And that's really disappointing, as it would have been incredible to decipher Queen Amanirenas' stela concerning her triumphant interaction with the Romans, in which her primary objectives were met in a treaty. Even Southern Africa has some hidden gems when it comes to writing forms. João de Barros, a distinguished Portuguese annalist of the mid-16th century, upon his visit to Zimbabwe, wrote a very important description concerning the discovery of a writing form in one of the vassal kingdoms of the Mwene Mutapa Empire, called Batua. DeBarros writes, "Over the gate of the building is an inscription, which neither the Moorish traders who were there, nor others learned in inscriptions could read, nor does anyone know in what character it is written." We really don't know what Joe DeBarros saw, but from his perspective, it seems clear that he viewed what he saw as a sort of writing form which was indigenous to the region. Not even the Swahili traders that accompanied him could decipher it. Unfortunately, we really never hear about this again. Anyway, all this babbling I'm doing is for a reason. The lies told about Africa are many, and I really want us to understand the full scope of it and how grossly inaccurate they are. What may have started out as innocent quickly turned into an agenda that we have yet to undo. But by far, the greatest lie told about Africa has nothing to do with civilization, writing, or any of that. The greatest lie told about Africa actually came from a religious idea. And as we all know, religion has been one of the most powerful forces in human history. It's no wonder that this particular lie affected African people so greatly. It's nearly impossible to ignore the Abrahamic religions when speaking about Afro-descended people, because these religions are a big part of our history, whether we like to admit it or not. They greatly influenced our spiritual paradigms and worldviews. This lie, originating amongst the Abrahamic religions, as many of us know, is called the curse of Ham. I don't want to distract with theological history or debate, but in short, the curse of Ham is a misnomer because the curse was really bestowed upon Canaan. Jewish scholars believe that Ham was the ancestor of all black or African people, and this idea was adopted by Arabs, and then it was strategically broadened by Europeans to justify the enslavement and demonization of African people. This is the greatest lie that has been told to our people, because it didn't just have physical and psychological repercussions, it also added a spiritual component, because some people within our community actually believe that it's true. And in our attempts at lifting this curse through achievement, acceptance, or spirituality, we turned into concerned, aimless wanderers, heightening confusion and self-hate within our community. It's one of the most powerful invisible enemies we have as Afro-descended people, one that cannot be tangibly debunked. And although the belief in it has diminished greatly, the residuals may still be felt, because no matter our spiritual beliefs today, many of us were raised with this dark paradigm, and so I think it's important for us to speak on it, especially so that we won't pass this baggage on to the next generation. Anyway guys, I'm all out. Do you think this is the greatest lie that's ever been told about African people? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like these videos and want to help in its continued production, consider supporting the home team on patreon.com. The link is in the description box below. Know thyself. Remember your ancestors. Peace. The year 1492 is of great.
I feel like we need a moment of silence to just swallow that last spiel. After, he's sharing about the language, about writing, about the systems, about different things, partnerships, successes. The last part about the ham. If you don't know about it, it's basically that we were cursed to, like, I think it was a dark-skinned child who was cursed to serve the other one, which I don't even want to talk about. Goes to explain why it was okay for black people to be slaves, because we were the cursed people. And just like he said, it's not something that you can say, oh, here's why it's not true. It's like subconsciously you look at the other as superior, as better, as they have everything, and then you are inferior, worse, and whatever happens to you is deserved because you're cursed. Something to think about. Something to really think about. Yeah. Man, Man at home, the guy at home team history really got me.
For our patients.
Really got me my feelings today. I feel like the videos I've been taking. My current sequence of recording has been very, very serious videos about colonialism, racism, history, community breaking down, fights, wars. Yeah, the greatest lie ever told about Africans. That's another heavy one. And the thing is, it's like the lies we even tell about, like, it's, let me just try to extrapolate it. Like, think about it this way. Imagine you're born and then you have siblings, right? And then you keep getting told as a child that you're stupid, that you're dumb. I mean, that's how people end up thinking and believing that they're dumb. And no matter how much success they have in life, no matter how much they actually build their lives, no matter how much they get to the point where they can take care of themselves, there is always that voice at the back of your mind that you're dumb. Think about the generations of Africans who've been told they are inferior, no matter how much they achieve in their countries, on the continent, by building, by changing things, no matter what they do, they will still be feeling like until you get out of the country, until you do this, until you do that, until you're associated with this, you will never be good enough. That is mental warfare that cannot be debunked by science. It's something that you have to build from within. It's a self-esteem problem. It's self-awareness. It's knowledge. And that's why these videos make me want to react to more videos, to actually bring these videos so you can see for yourself. Discuss in the comment section, have other people share their perspective, for us to realize that there's so much we don't know about the continent, so much we have to really explore and understand, and that together we can build a better country, a better continent, a better world through love, through understanding, through knowledge, through unity, through community. So if you'd like, I'm sure there are more videos like this on the home team history. I'm going to put the link, of course, where you can go watch it. And yeah, check it out. Let me know if you have any other videos that you'd like me to react to or at least watch, because some of these videos I don't even know what or how to react, because it's just opening my mind to things that I don't know, things that I need to know, things that are scary ideas, scary concepts that make me to rethink, like, am I not one of these people who actually believe what he's saying? Like this lie, I'm asking myself, have I believed this lie and acted in a way that shows that I believe it, or am I immune? Because I don't think I am. I think in many ways there are many instances where I felt that because I was the way I was, I did things that I probably wouldn't have done, not even knowing, probably at an unconscious level. It's like the whole idea of when someone tells that you're dumb, you're in a room and they ask a question and you feel like you don't know, everybody knows the answer except me. But yeah, thank you for watching up to this particular point as I'm ranting about this. It's one of those videos that just make me think, and I'll be thinking for a bit while doing this. And yeah, but the message is the same. Do your best. Let God take care of the rest. And insofar as there's life, there's hope. And I always believe in improving oneself, learning, growing, and learning from all the mistakes. So we're going to make use of this video, make use of this knowledge, have a conversation in the comment section, and then grow together. All right. My name is Kamga. I'm Cameroonian. I currently live in the US. On this channel, I do essays, reviews, and reactions. Friday live streams. If you want to support the channel, there is a Patreon link, of course. And if you want to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And I will definitely see you in the next video. All right. Thank you so much for watching. You take care. And we'll be right back in a bit.